This is Cybo Mark Schiavone. You are listening to the heterosexual cavalcade of Uberswank on 93.5 CHMR FM. So, yeah, again, not a whole lot to say about the albums. Bob's Media Ecology, producers for Bob is the artist, apparently, and here it is. Sounds pretty decent. Yeah, so let's just keep on rolling, shall we? Media Fit, The Battle of Jericho.
Actually mean to say that we're to give up technology forever, or is it just for a little bit?
Temporary, Wayne. Just
temporary, right.
What I call it is an ersatz, E-R-S-A-T-Z, which means fake. All right? An ersatz anti-environment to this situation we're in would be to have a temporary media fast, particularly the most prominent electric media of television.
Television especially.
Yeah, a temporary. I never would take a point of view or that any solution would be the final absolute solution.
Is it because the media is tainted?
No, it's because of the electronic dissonance, which is the formal effect of the electronic media archetypes battling it out and fighting the Battle of Jericho today. The content is only mere appendages, which we interpret as anthropomorphic.
But is that medium inherently bad? Can it be used at all?
Oh, yeah, it's good and bad. You know, it has services and disservices. I don't like to use the word good and bad. It has services and disservices. The point is, moderation might be the best policy as we have moved into a totally new dimension, which the anthropomorphic element or the pinks of our time do not understand and cannot relate to. So let's give them a break and turn off the new element, the new water we're swimming in, so they can get a breather. Us sub-geniuses can take the new any time. But we got to take a sense of managerial responsibility, ecological effects that we're all involved in, to give the pinks a chance to understand what has happened to them.
But we have to have this extreme response of turning everything off in order to, because we've been so overcome with media and media technology, that we have to do this to balance it out?
How about this, Wayne? This is my response to that. It is a balancing effort, but it will not happen. The point is that since content's irrelevant, let's make the most irrelevant conceptual program something that hogs all media content over the whole globe. In other words, just as George Bush hijacks the global media with this Iraq theater, why don't we hijack it and prop up a continuous Chinese water torture of talking about media ecology, even though we know we never could implement it? And you watch the effects of that. See, that's why we have Slack. We can implement this as an idea just by talking about it, but we don't have to worry about bureaucratizing the responsibility of implementing that program or that idea.
We hand the ball over to whoever's listening.
There's nobody to hand it to. There's nobody at the switchboard, and we know that. See, no idea, no program can have a continuous stronghold or watershed on the situation. That's the flux and fluidity of the electric environment. There is no ground for us to stand on. And there's no ground for any media archetype to flow and hold a position. No rock for it to connect with. Everything's basically disappeared.
Owned and operated by the Memorial University Students Union. Broadcasting from the University Center. 93.5 CHMR FM. Alliant 825, Rogers 942. And online at www.chmr.ca. Got a request? Call 864-7935. Add 709 if you're calling long distance.
Back from our holiday deep in the south.
it's not that ecology and the interests of ecology are irrelevant. They are relevant. It's just that they get exaggerated on a certain level due to the electric effect. They deal with the ecology of the old nature. But what about the ecology of our technological environments? See, our technological environments are new nature. They are things we've got to learn to create spaces for them, just as we have to create spaces for insects or African wildlife. Whatever old nature species and their spaces are, we have to consider new media as new animals that need new spaces. This means an orchestrating of the old nature and the new nature.
And that's really it for me. I think I'm just going to let this next song play. New Animals Waving Goodbye, Mythic Stages Mix. And that's pretty much going to do it for my show today. See you next week. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/RayRust. follow me on Twitter at Mark Jabroni, and subscribe to Jabronology TV, youtube.com/fanboy Mark Jabroni. That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.